What happens when a single moment of cruelty unveils a hidden gift that changes everything? In the heart of Chicago's upscale dining scene, the Velvet Room buzzed with the clink of crystal glasses and the murmur of wealth. Aisha Carter moved through the crowd with practiced grace, balancing trays of champagne flutes while dodging the dismissive glances of the elite. At 24, she was used to being invisibly a black waitress in a world that barely acknowledged her existence. Her dreams of music, nurtured in the cramped living room of her childhood home, felt like distant echoes beneath the weight of her reality. Tonight, the restaurant was packed for a private gala hosted by Victor Langston, a real estate tycoon known for his sharp tongue and sharper ego. Aisha had heard the stories how he'd humiliated staff for sport, his laughter cutting deeper than any insult. As she refilled his table's drinks, his eyes locked onto her, glinting with mischief. Well, Victor drawled, loud enough for nearby tables to turn. Look at this one, scurrying around like she owns the place. Tell me, sweetheart, do you even know what a piano is? He gestured toward the grand piano in the corner, untouched for months since the restaurant's budget cuts. The crowd tittered, and Aisha's cheeks burned. She kept her gaze low, her voice steady. I'm just here to serve, sir, she said, but Victor wasn't done. Oh, come on now, he boomed, leaning back in his chair. Don't be shy. Play us something. Let's see if you've got anything in you besides carrying trays. The room fell silent, the air thick with anticipation. Aisha's heart pounded. She hadn't touched a piano in years, not since her mother's passing, when she'd sold their old upright to cover bills. But the challenge in Victor's voice wasn't a request, it was a demand. She set down her tray and walked to the piano, each step heavier than the last. The crowd's whispers followed her, a mix of pity and curiosity. Victor's smirk widened, expecting failure. Aisha's fingers hovered over the keys, trembling. She closed her eyes, and for a moment, she was 10 again, her mother's hands guiding hers over the keys, teaching her to pour her soul into every note. Then, a voice broke her reverie. Don't do it, Aisha, whispered Jamal, the restaurant's dishwasher, who'd slipped out from the kitchen. He was her oldest friend, the one who'd seen her play at church recitals, who knew the weight of this moment. You don't owe them anything. His words were a lifeline, but Aisha shook her head. This wasn't about Victor anymore. It was about her. Her fingers struck the first chord, a deep, resonant C minor that silenced the room. The notes flowed, raw and unpolished, a melody born from years of grief, resilience, and unspoken dreams. It was Chopin's Nocturne in E-flat major, but with her own improvisations, jazz flourishes, and gospel undertones that wove her story into the music. The crowd leaned forward, captivated. Victor's smirk faltered. Aisha played as if the world had stopped. Each note was a defiance, a reclamation of the girl who'd been told she'd never be enough. The music swelled, filling the velvet room with a warmth that drowned out the clinking glasses and shallow chatter. A woman at a nearby table wiped away a tear. A man set down his fork, entranced. Even Jamal, standing by the kitchen door, stared in awe, as if seeing her for the first time. When the final note lingered in the air, the room was still. Then, applause erupted, tentative at first, then thunderous. Aisha opened her eyes, her breath uneven. Victor sat frozen, his eyes wide with shock. He cleared his throat, attempting to regain control. Not bad, he muttered, but the words lacked their earlier venom. Aisha stood, her hands steady now, and met his gaze. For the first time that night, he looked away. The next day, a video of her performance, recorded by a guest, spread across social media. Offers poured in music schools, local bands, even a producer who saw her potential. Aisha didn't need Victor's approval, but in that moment, she'd reclaimed her voice. She wasn't invisible anymore. Her music had shut down the room, but it had opened her future. Yindi.